crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue.
All right, guys, we are officially at the Patsy Cline Memorial. Now, right behind me is the sign that reads all about the actual incident, which I promise you guys right now, when I decided to come out here today, I did not know that it was this close to the actual accident. Today is March 1st. The plane crash happened March 5th of 1963. So it's actually kind of crazy, the coincidence of me showing up here 4 days away from the actual incident, which is weird because the last time I came here for my members for just a walk around, I showed up on the exact day anniversary of when they put the rock down, the memorial rock. So this is really weird that I just decided that I'm gonna do this today because it's Monday. And like I said, guys, I promise you, I did not know that today was like so close to the original anniversary. So it is a bit crazy. So tonight I will be investigating the Patsy Cline plane crash site where the music star had passed away 60 years ago. This has never been done on YouTube to my knowledge, so I'll be the first paranormal investigator to see if Patsy Cline and others are haunting this site to this day. With that being said, let's learn about the incident on why I'm here today. It was a chilly March morning in 1963, and Patsy Cline, along with a few other Grand Ole Opry stars, Hawkshaw Hawkins and Cowboy Copas, had just wrapped up a benefit concert in Kansas City, Kansas. This show was held at the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and was a heartfelt tribute to Cactus Jack Call, a local DJ who had recently passed away in a car accident. The night before, Patsy had captivated the audience with her soulful hits like I Fall to Pieces and Crazy. Little did anyone know that this would be her final performance. The next morning, Patsy prepared to return to Nashville as she was eager to reunite with her family and continue her work on upcoming projects. Her pilot, Randy Hughes, who was also her manager and the son-in-law of Cowboy Copas, had arranged for a small airplane, a Piper PA-24 Comanche, to fly them home. Randy himself would fly this plane of country music stars. We are right now just walking down, and I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit and show you around, and then when it gets dark out, we will start the official investigation. So I really hope you guys enjoy. It's gonna be a good one. I've never done something like this for a plane crash. As far as I know, nobody has came out here to try to speak to their spirits. So there was rustling going on. Like we're in the woods, but I just want to make sure it's not like a bear or something. Because if there is, you guys won't see this footage. Because I'll be dead. Because there's no other cars here. So it would be really strange if there was people here, because it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's out in the middle of the woods. I don't see anybody or any deer or anything, but it sounded like the leaves moving. Strange. Might be a deer that maybe I can't see, because right now, I don't know if you guys can tell, This is a pretty good season for deer to be camouflaged and hiding. So there's a little gazebo right here that is just basically a little spot for people to hang out. This whole little area is dedicated to Patsy Cline's unfortunate crash, but it's also a place where people come and they hang out and essentially just kids come out, hang out, sit there. It's kind of a lover's lane. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and there's just a little turnaround for parking and everything. So right now we're getting a little closer. It's right down there. Guys, I mean, comment down below real quick what you think about this incident. It's pretty heartbreaking, you know. And what's really weird is it's so close to Loretta Lynn's property. And you know, given we're fairly close to Nashville, and that's where they were either going or heading back. You guys will learn in a minute. I can't believe I'm so close to it. I live so close, so I get to come out here. This is my second time. The first time was just a walk around to talk to you guys for my members. Make sure you join the membership to see that. March 5th, the group departed from Fairfax Municipal Airport in Kansas City around 2 p.m. Their first stop was Rogers, Arkansas, where they refueled the plane. The weather was less than ideal, with low visibility, gusty winds, and overcast skies. But despite the conditions, Randy, an amateur pilot at best who was not instrument rated, decided to proceed under visual flight rules. Despite this, by late afternoon they landed at Dyersburg Regional Airport in Tennessee for another refueling stop. Randy consulted with the airport staff about the weather ahead once again, where he was warned that conditions were marginal and visibility was poor, but still he expressed his confidence in navigating the terrain and decided to press on. This decision would turn fatal for the group. Okay guys, we are about to approach the big rock that marks the actual spot. Now, I had some people do some research for me months ago just to see like if this was the actual spot, because people have requested me to do this location. And it turns out, according to their research, this is the official location where it happened on March 5th, 1963. Patsy Cline, Cowboy Copas, Hawkshaw Hawkins, Randy Hughes, they lost their life in a plane crash right here. Multiple people. It's very unfortunate. There's little gifts here. There's a little plot right here that has flowers and everything, but it's a very nice area. I will say that this is an extremely awesome thing that they did to remember Patsy Cline. So I'm super excited to get into this tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy. So with that being said, let's wait till it gets dark and let's get into the first investigation. At 6:07 p.m., the small plane piloted by Randy took off from Dyersburg, Tennessee, headed towards Nashville. The skies were dark, the winds were strong, and the clouds were low. Near where I stand today, outside of Camden, Tennessee, just 90 miles from the destination, the plane encountered severe weather. According to the investigation, it appeared Randy himself lost control over the plane, crashing at almost a 100% pilot fault tragedy.
Crazy.
Investigators later concluded that Randy likely became disoriented in the poor visibility, leading to his loss of control over the plane. At 6:35 p.m. on March 5th, 1963, the plane crashed into this wooded area, killing all four aboard immediately. The news sent shockwaves through the music world. Patsy Cline was just 30 years old, yet her influence on country music was already monumental. Patsy Cline's legacy endures to this day as her emotional vocal delivery continues to inspire artists across genres. July 6th of 1996, an official memorial was erected for the tragic incident, It's free to the public and surrounded by nature in a beautiful way to remember the group. Songs like Walking After Midnight and Sweet Dreams remain timeless classics.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so blue.
Right now, we are at the plane crash site, so I need to correct a couple things for you. In my last clip, it was March 3rd, not the 1st. I'm an idiot. And today is the 5th. I decided to come back a couple days later, and that reason is because today is the day the plane actually crashed. So, exactly 2 minutes ago, I had to wait for people to leave because there was a few people that had showed up to pay their respects and all of that. So I had to wait for them to leave. Unfortunately, I am not down there at the exact moment, but we were about to walk down to the actual plane crash site, and I'm super excited for this investigation. Okay guys, here we are at the actual crash site. So what I'm gonna do first things first is I'm just gonna set down some change, leave an offering. It's kind of a standard thing that you do with these sort of things. I'm trying to show respect. I don't mean to come here and do any sort of disrespect towards anybody. Okay, so what we're gonna do. So over here on top of the actual rock, I have set up a REM pod rope. It's just a REM pod, but you know, since mine is broken, I got that one. So you just get near it, it lights up. Over here is actually a new device that I have. This is a static box. So what a static box is it literally just detects changes in static. It detects static. So I'm super excited to use that for the first time tonight. Well, I used it once, but I wasn't recording. So first time. And the music box. Hello? Could you step away, please? I don't know why my music box has been so fucky lately. I really don't understand it. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. But, I mean, here we are, guys. We got just minimal equipment set up right now. Is there anybody here with me? If there's anybody here with me, do you think you could touch one of my devices? No way. Could you move out of the way? I worry that the music box is going to be useless because there is a little bit of wind. Oh wow. I didn't even realize that. That was just going off. Was that caught on camera? I hope I got that in time. So I used that for a few hours at an investigation. It's going off again. Hello? Are you sitting on the bench? Could you do that again, please? I really do appreciate it. So that was so minute, you guys wouldn't hear it, but I swear I heard like a tap on that device. All you have to do is get near it, and apparently your static electricity will make that go off. And it was just going off green a couple of times. Oh my God, it just did it. On cue. Again. That's crazy. I don't know if I ever finished that, guys. Like I said, I used that for a few hours, and not one time did it go off, other than when I was directly next to it, and I was wearing pants, similar to these, to where, it was creating static. And it was like, the only time it went off is when I was trying to make it go off. I was trying to see, like, all right, I'm crazy. We're in the middle of the woods, but I thought I just heard a cough. It's windy though. I'd be willing to put my money on a stick like broke and it kind of was like, and it kind of just sounded like a cough. So if you were making that static go off, which I really do appreciate, do you think you could walk right over to this? And there's a little black loop. And if you touch it, it'll go off, making a very obnoxiously loud, like, noise. And it'll light up blue, letting me know that you are here with me. That was weird. And now it's not doing it. It did it on command. It did it once before, and now it's not doing it. So I'm not going to pretend to be like an expert on static electricity because it's everywhere. What that's looking for is essentially a change within the static electricity, I believe. I don't know why that would happen. I'm going to have to do more research on why that would happen, but it's really cool at the moment. Patsy and everybody here, I'm very sorry about what happened. It's a shame. You were coming from a charity event. I mean, how crazy is that? They really do say the good die young. It's crazy. I'm sorry that happened to you. Are you here? Could you show me a sign that you're here? Patsy, or Cowboy, or Hawkshaw, or her manager. Are any of you guys here with me? My name is Dawson. I don't mean to come here to disrespect you or poke or prod. I genuinely want to have a conversation with you. I've actually been out at Loretta Lynn's recently. You know who that is. Unfortunately, you both are no longer here. I don't know if you know that. Do you know that Loretta Lynn had passed away? Do you think you could go back up to that static box like you were doing for me a couple times and do it again? Just sit down right there next to that little bluish purple light. Do you like it when people come and visit you? And leave you gifts? So like I was saying, guys, this plane crash unfortunately happened due to essentially pilot error. Her manager was also the pilot of the plane. And when they stopped in Dyersburg, Tennessee, and he asked the weather, like, is it okay to go back to Nashville? And they warned him, but they also said, like, it's fine. It's just he wasn't experienced enough, is how I looked at it online. Now, I'm not an expert. I don't mean to slander his name, but apparently he was a fairly amateur pilot. He knew what he was doing, but potentially the weather was too much. I'm actually going to put the book bag back on just in case I want to move. I want to also leave room on that bench in case anybody would like to sit there. Is anybody here? It's pretty windy and pretty cold, so you would have to show me a pretty large sign or touch one of my devices, but I would really appreciate talking with you. On this exact day. How crazy. It's the anniversary. How crazy is it also that just 2 days ago I came here with the intentions to film, and it was just 2 days away. Really weird considering the first time I ever came here was on the anniversary date of when they placed the rock. And I genuinely, the other day when I came here, I had no clue that it was this close to the anniversary. I have a terrible memory. And unfortunately that night I wasn't able to film just because people were here. It was like teenagers are parked. If it was ever going to happen here, it would be today. Crazy. That's one of her famous songs, if you don't know. I'm pretty bad at the singing. You think you could do it for me? Could you sing your song? There's sort of noise over there, but like I said, we're in the woods. Hello? So guys, I believe somebody had just pulled in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to be respectful and give them their time if they're coming here for that. So I'm about to go up to the little gazebo area and sit there and set up some equipment and talk. See if maybe they're hanging out over there. We don't really know. I mean, I've never heard a ghost story from this place. I just thought it would be a good place to investigate. I don't believe anybody has. So I'm excited. So if anybody comes, we won't be in their way. We won't be being disrespectful in any way. So I'll see you guys up there. Quick break in the video to inform you guys that I have a Patreon, and on this Patreon you can see all sorts of bonus content, unboxings of haunted objects, stories, and more. So if you want to support me, please hit the link in the description and go to my Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and it is truly one of the best ways that you can support my channel. Really appreciate you guys, and let's get back into the video. Okay guys, we'll set up the static box right there. Set up the REM pod right there. That's all it does, lights up. I'm calling out to anybody that may be around and want to have a conversation with me. I promise I'm coming here with the utmost respect. I don't mean to pry or get in your way. But I would like to have a conversation if you wouldn't mind. I have a few devices set up on that gazebo. All you have to do is touch them or get near them, and they'll go off, letting me know that you're here. Let's move this camera. If you hear Patsy or Cowboy or Hawkshaw, Hawkins, or Randy, my name is Dawson. That just went off. That just went off. It's still going off. It should be calibrated by now. Could you step away? Could you step away, please? And then you can go back to it. I just want to confirm that that's you. That's weird, because it's not flashing or anything. It just moved over. There it is. 2 of them. Could you try to move? Okay. Why did that happen? Hello? If you're here, could you rub your hands together or something? Create a little bit of static so that, oh my gosh, and now red. I don't know why that's happening. I truly don't. It's moving around. Okay. It's going all the way in a circle. Guys, I promise you, it did not do this for hours. I don't know what this is. We're outside. There's like a very, what do you call it? There's a mindset of what's going on naturally. But it's weird. Because look, it's all done. If that was you and it wasn't just some natural weirdness going on, could you do it again, please? In 3, 2, 1. I don't know. The way it went all the way around, like the green stayed on way longer than going all the way around. Like the green was on for a significant amount of time, and then the rest like went around a lot quicker, and then it stopped. But it went all the way around, which is, to me, I think that might be some sort of calibration. But it was when it calibrates, it basically flashes, and it lets you all the colors, and it lets you know, okay, it's calibrated now, you're good to roll. And it already calibrated before it did that. Now, when you move it, it will automatically recalibrate. Is it possible that the wind caused it to give it some sort of calibration? But then again, it's not even it didn't do what calibration is supposed to do. And as you can probably tell right now, it is extremely windy at the moment, way windier than it was, and it's not going off. So I don't mean to just be like, oh my God, guys, this is amazing, but to me, it's really cool. I don't know why that would happen. There's a certain aspect of me that's kind of dismissing a little bit because we are outside. I don't really know how static works in the atmosphere. There's not supposed to be any lightning storms or anything like that. I know that would for sure cause that. But maybe the wind. Maybe, I'm not a fucking weatherman. I'm not going to sit there and pretend to know. Like, oh, well, if there's lightning 100 miles away and the wind's coming this way, it'll carry the static. To me, that kind of makes sense. But it's just, I don't know. So I'm not going to tell you that. Could you please walk over to that again? I know I've asked you a bunch of times, and you're like, is this weirdo just going to sit here and ask me to do this 100 times until he gets the fucking clue? No. If you could go near that with some static right now, I would absolutely not question it anymore, and we could get into some conversations. We could tell the world. I have loads of people that want to watch us have this conversation. And while that may seem scary, you guys are performers. What I'm filming on, you guys know it's cameras and everything. But I can spread this to the entire world with a click of a button. It sounds crazy, but the future is, compared to the 1960s, it's crazy. It is the year 2025. We have this thing called AI, artificial intelligence. Most people just use it for pictures of like hot dogs eating other hot dogs or hot dogs eating people. It's super weird, but I'm sure you'd enjoy it if you're around. Are you around? I'm going to stand out here. I'm going to give you a little space. Maybe I was crowding you. You had enough people trying to come talk to you in real life. I know that it's probably annoying that somebody's here trying to talk to you after life. But I just want to hear from you. I want to experience you, because I wasn't around when you were around. And I think that's something really amazing. Life after death. Could you walk up to this little box over here and touch that little black, it's kind of circly, it's just a wire. If you touch it, I'll know that you're here. In 3, 2, 1, now. Just try to focus really hard. If you need energy, feel free to take it from my devices. Feel free to take it from this big old light and this camera. I'm sure you know what a camera is. This one's just really small, probably, compared to what you're used to. Is there a message you would like to tell the world? One last message? I mean, this just goes to show you guys, this kind of stuff doesn't just go off all the time. It can go off all the time. But I believe a ghost does it. But, you know, there's plenty of investigations that stuff doesn't go off. A lot of people think it's just like random and hell, this one's even like a cheap one that I got off Etsy, which I don't really recommend you do. But I tested it for a few hours in my house the other day, never went off. Testing it here with the wind and the weather, never went off. I do think you can trust equipment. Because if it's supposed to go off all the time, it would just be going off all the time. Do you want me to play some music? If you do, could you please show me a clear and obvious sign that that's what you want? Touch the devices. Talk in my ear. Well, all right, everybody. Sorry that it is such a short investigation, but it is freezing cold. I mean, it is literally 20 degrees outside. So I'm going to pack it up. I really appreciate you hanging out while I did my walk around, while I did my investigation. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the video. I mean, all those things are absolutely free and they really help me out a lot. If you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button because I keep it real over here. You are only going to see real paranormal on this channel. It's awesome. And we release every other week and sometimes weekly. You know, if I have enough videos, I try to release weekly, but no matter what, it's always every other week. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And I will catch you on the next one.